Trump Game here, coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com, off of Love Can't Wait, which you can find at amazon.com. And I did a video talking about why a lot of women are confused about dating and having relationships with men. And I wanted to expand on that. And this is really simple. You know, the reason why a lot of women have a hard time dating and having relationships, and the reason why your woman, or maybe your kid's mother, is giving you a hard time, using the kids as leverage, using the kids as leverage to get money out of you, involving the court system or some third party, getting people all in your business with you and her. Reason why these activities happen is because 9 times out of 10, her mother ain't shit. That's why. Now you have to understand that the most important in the first relationship a daughter has with another woman is her mother. Because you have to understand that in American society, in most societies, whether it's a first world country or third world country, in most societies, the mother has a lot of influence on their daughters. More so, even more, the mother has more influence on the daughters than the sons in most cases, unless he's a mama's boy, right? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because in American society, we give women a pass. We give mothers get a pass in American society. We have to be honest. We have to be clear when it comes to this. See, mothers get a pass. Nobody says anything about anybody's mother. For the most part, mothers can basically do what the hell they want. They're untouchable in a lot of families that I know, including my family. We don't say anything about the mothers in my family. Not saying that the mothers are bad in my family, but everybody ain't angels. People have done stuff in the past that I knew about, whether it's my aunt, my cousins, whoever have done stuff that I knew about, and it never got talked about. They gave them a pass. I said, just forget about that. Move on. And this is what happens throughout American society. Now, a guy, a father in a family, could never get away with stuff that these mothers get away with. Because, see, and we have been conditioned to pretty much throw fathers under the bus. See, you can pretty much dog a father out, talk shit about him all day long. People won't say very much. But try and talk about another man's mother. See what happens to you. He'll go the fuck off on you. You see another side of him that you never seen in your life. Because we've been conditioned to be this way. Right? So a lot of what happens is we have a lot of daughters have what I call an identity crisis. See, they think that their mothers is something that she's not. She's representing that she's some guardian angel. Like she's Jesus Christ walking on water. But she doesn't have proof of concept. She doesn't have proof of any of this. She's probably had more than one kid out of wedlock, or she probably had a man around, but she's got divorced at the age of 50 or 60, or she probably been married multiple times, and she's really never had any success in any area of her life. Everything she touches, she destroys. She uses the court system as leverage to get money out of guys, child support, alimony, you name it. And she's never satisfied with anything. She's always whining and complaining. And these women are having kids. They're passing this shit down to their daughters and their sons. And a lot of us, assuming that you're in the 20s and 30s, we have to deal with a lot of these women. At some point in time, we're going to run. You're going to run across a woman that's like this if you haven't met one yet. And you can easily find them because they work these jobs. They're always whining and complaining, playing the victim role, and they manipulate guys all the time, and they'll do and say almost anything to get what they want. They'll sacrifice you or anybody as long as they can get away with it, because you have to realize that all behavior is based on consequences. And a lot of times, a lot of these women are very dysfunctional, and they don't really have any structure. They're kind of all over the place, and they do what they do because they saw how their mothers interacted with the fathers or the husband that she had, or the boyfriend that she had. And then the mother whispers in her ear from time to time as well. Because, like I said, these mothers have a lot of influence on their daughters. And plus, a lot of time, in most cases, probably the worst thing that a daughter or a son, one of the worst things that could happen for them when they get older, say in the 20s or 30s, and they figure out that, hey, my mom ain't the person that I thought she was. That's one of the worst things that could happen to a son or a daughter. To figure out that your mother is a fraud. To figure out that your mother is trifling. You know what I mean? Think about that. I heard Tony Robbins talked about that. Because he said a lot of people are suffering because they're living their parents. They're trying to live someone else's dream. They're trying to live through their parents, for their parents. They're not really living for themselves. They're still trying to please their parents, and they might be in their 20s, 30s, 40s years of age. And a lot of people lose themselves. They lose their identity. They really don't know who they are, because the mother, especially the mother, she's trying to. She want the kids to live for her in some cases. But that usually doesn't work out very well. That usually falls apart after probably years and years. But a lot of these daughters, the reason why they act the way they act, because their mothers ain't shit. That's the truth. And nobody's going to talk. No one talks about it within mainstream media, especially. They talk about everything else, but they don't talk about women in mainstream media very much, because You know why? Because women spend money. Women spend money. Women, for the most part, are the biggest consumers, especially during the holidays. That's why a lot of talk shows, they have women on there. And if you look in the crowd of a lot of these talk shows or daytime shows, it's the majority is women. So they aren't going to go too hard on the women, but they'll go hard on the guys because they know that'll stir the women up. And what this does psychologically, this tells women that they're not that bad, because if this guy is doing something that I probably couldn't imagine, even though some of them might have thought or wanted to do whatever the guy is doing on some level, if they're making a fool out of him, I'm not that bad. So that validates that some of these women aren't that bad that's on the show. And this runs wild through mainstream media. And they manipulate these women because they want them to come to the show and buy their products and spend money all during the holidays. But in reality, if you really peel the layers back and really look at things logically and be practical about what's really going on, you would find out that a lot of these mothers that's having these kids, they're turning their kids they're raising a group of failures. They're turning their kids into your worst nightmare. Because a lot of these, a lot of these mothers think that she's such an amazing woman. She's incredible. She, maybe she's doing something. They think they're doing a lot. They think just because they work their 9-to-5 job, they think they work hard 5 days a week, or they think they done so much in the 40 years of their lives. But in reality, a lot of these women haven't really done too much. And in reality, once you get past the sex with a lot of these women, y'all don't really have anything to talk about. There's no, it's nothing really, there's nothing in her mind. Most of these women, they're just good for a nice trophy piece. Really. And a lot of their mothers, they were side chicks. A lot of these mothers used to have either slept with a married man for years, or been with a married man, or probably had a baby with a married man. But a lot of times the mothers aren't going to tell the kids why the father wasn't around, because he was with his real family. And the mother, she was a side chick, probably for years, but she's not going to tell the kids that. And a lot of these same mothers have daughters, and they say the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So they have the same mindset. They want to be Kim Kardashian. They want to be Amber Rose. They want to basically be able to do what they want without being accountable. They want to fuck 2 guys a day without being judged. They want to use guys as stool pigeons. They don't really want equality. All they really want to do, only thing they're really loyal to is money and the system. That's all they really want. A lot of them don't really want to be bothered with a guy. Now they want what the guy want. They want what the guy got, whatever that is, but they don't really want to be bothered with him. They only want to be bothered with him when they need help, or they want to have a good time, or they want a baby, in most cases. So a lot of these women don't respect guys Only thing they respect is money and power. That's it. And the reason why and let's be clear, I don't say single mothers ain't shit. The reason why I say what I do say is the reason why you're single is because you ain't shit. That's what I say. I don't say being a single mother makes you a bad woman. Not at all. I got to be clear with this. What I'm saying, the reason why a lot of these women are single at the age of 35, 40, 50, 60, and they haven't had a relationship in years, or never been married, or never had a long-term relationship. And that's because she ain't shit. And 9 times out of 10, her mother probably ain't shit. Because you can't learn certain things from a man, from a woman's perspective. So if you like what you heard, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'm out.